Good evening, everybody. Muy buenas noches. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you all are having a wonderful night. My name is Arevalo Sicarya Seville. Welcome to this live stream. I am super happy and excited for our third week and third episode of Beyond the Crown. If you are watching us tonight, make sure you share this video and make sure you stay with us. If you're grabbing a drink, if you're watching other TV, or if you're just on social media, make sure that you stay with us. We want you all, to, especially the Arizona folks, to get to know our contestants running for the title of Miss Gay Arizona America 2022, and that is why we developed this series. So, without further ado, we are gonna go ahead and get started. Make sure you share this video among your friends, especially the Arizona girls. Make sure that you share it and get to know two beautiful contestants that are running for this amazing title. Before we move on, I want to give all of you a brief update of just how everything is coming along for Miss Gay Arizona 2020 2022. So first, I'm really excited because on Monday, just 2 days ago, we had our first webinar slash training with our reigning Miss Gay America Dexasy. And the reason why I felt it was necessary to start having these conversations with the contestants running for the title is for many reasons. The first is because two of these girls will be going to Miss Gay America 2022 and or 2023, and they're need to start building this relationship with our reigning Miss Gay America Dexasy. That's absolutely crucial, especially for me. It was very important to get to work with Pattaya at the time as we were as I was getting ready for Arizona at the time, and eventually going to Miss America. And then the second is because I think that oftentimes we think of pageants as just, signing somebody up and like, are you competing? Are you not competing? But we don't often provide the tools, the resources, knowledge to the contestants so that they can be fully prepared. I always speak by experience. When I ran for Miss Arizona the first time, although it was a beautiful and powerful experience, I wish I would have known more. And I didn't know more because maybe I wasn't well connected with everybody else, or maybe because I didn't ask. But now that I looked back, I wish I would have more information on my hands, information that was coming from people who were experienced in pageant, specifically in the America system. So we had an amazing workshop on Monday. We only covered two categories, which is gown and talent. All the 10 contestants and the promoters were invited. And we are going to have a part two to focus more on interview. And then we're going to have another one to focus more on cleaning your package together and all of that. So to the contestants watching, I hope that you continues to join us. We can always learn something new from everybody else. The second thing I want to announce, tonight is that our tickets are already up for sale for Miss Gay Arizona America 2022. If you visit our website, you can buy your tickets and online for the pageant. And the theme for this year is Drag of Ages. And I picked this theme because I think that, especially this year at Miss Arizona, there is a sense of there's a lot of younger queens that are coming, not only younger, but young by age, but young in pageantry, or just simply fairly new to pageantry or the America system. But I've always been a firm believer that, in order for me to know where I'm going, I need to know where I'm coming from. And I think sometimes there's this disconnection of older generations or older types of drag versus younger type of drag, and there's always some type of disconnection there. And my purpose of this is that as time is going by, all drag is important, and we wouldn't be here today if 30, 40 years ago, people would have not fought for a spot, or entertainers would have not built a base for younger generations like mine to be here. So that's why it's called Drag of Ages, because just like the future is important, our past is equally important as well. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started and bring to the screen the first guest of the night. And she is a reigning Miss Gay Melrose America 2022, Fiona the Hippo.
Oh my gosh, good evening. Hi, Sicarya. Thank you so much for having me.
Hello, how are you? Good evening.
Good.
I am very excited that you are here tonight. How's your night going so far?
Great. I was at work, I went to the gym already, and now we're talking to you. So I'm having a great evening.
It sounds like you are a planner and an agenda
I do.
person.
I'm very organized. Have to stay organized to get stuff done, right?
That's correct. Well, thank you so much for taking the time of your busy day to speak with us briefly and for people to know in Arizona who are you and get to know a little bit more about yourself. Why don't we go ahead and you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are, who Fiona is, but also who is this handsome gentleman that everybody's watching.
Well, my name is Fiona the Hippo. I've been doing drag for about 4 years now. I've been a huge fan of drag since I was 16 and sneaking into drag bars and watching shows and being mesmerized by Barbara Seville. She is that old. And just loving drag and loving female impersonation. It's an escape for a lot of people. And we can comment on social issues and make comedy educational. The male side of me, I am a small business owner. I also produce and run my own drag brunch. That's once a month. We're on hiatus right now because it's too hot. It's an outside thing, but it's so much fun. You guys, you should come to it when we start it back up, back when it's like a balmy 95 in September.
That sounds like very drag friendly.
Yeah. It's drag friendly for everybody but the drag queens.
But the drag queens. I see that. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I remembered, I believe you and I met a couple years ago, right? At one of the bars. I'm not sure if I had just won Queen of the Desert at the time or I had not won, but I do remember.
I think it was right after Queen of the Desert. It was at the Rock and it was at Barbara's Saturday show.
Okay, that's amazing. Well, I'm very excited to speak with you because I want to get to know who Fiona is. I kind of know who Fiona is, but I want you all to tell to tell us. If I see your picture on a flyer, never seen, heard of you, and Fiona's gonna be here at this time. What should I expect as an audience member?
So a lot of people ask where I got my name, and my best friend is from Cincinnati, Ohio. And a couple years ago, there was a hippo that was born prematurely, and she became an internet sensation, and her name was Fiona the Hippo. And we were driving on a road trip, and she wouldn't stop talking about her. And I just sat there, and I was like, you know what? If I do drag, I'm going to name myself Fiona the Hippo because I'm 6'3", like 200 pounds. I'm a linebacker in a wig. My boyfriend calls me Baby Huey because I have no spatial awareness whatsoever. So it's just kind of like the campiness, funness kind of like is in my name. So you can expect camp fun. I do a lot of my own costumes. I do pay a couple local people to do costumes for me. I love Katy Perry. I love Kesha. I love turning up an audience and doing sing-alongs. I love my ABBA set because it's so much fun because all the white women in the audience just get up out of their chairs and throw money at me. It's great.
I love that. Perfect. So So you speak a little bit about your drag. You are very fun to watch and very fun to work
Thank
with,
you.
and I say that by experience. So if anybody's watching, never seen you, make sure you go and support her. So you are the new reigning Miss Gay Melrose America, a title that for me I think is very symbolic because one, I've seen a lot of younger generation of queens coming out from this pageant. And also it has always been one of our biggest preliminaries for Miss Gay Arizona. Why did you choose to compete this year? Why this year? Why not last year? Why not another year? What was the drive this year?
That is a really good question. I I was not a huge, this is going to sound really bad, but I was not a huge fan of pageant drag growing up just because it was so stiff and so formal. And when Melrose was created, it really started pushing the envelope of what a competitor could bring to the table. It's trying to evolve what the America system is and push it forward while still acknowledging where it's been. So I I am actually really close with Mynx, who I'm competing with for Arizona. I'm so excited for that. But I'm very close with her, and I got to see her perform, compete, and go to Arizona with Benediction, and it really kind of opened my eyes to kind of tell myself that like I can compete, and my type of drag is valid, even though I'm not maybe your typical pageant drag queen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this year is the year because I said it was.
And I love that. That is a mindset. And that's why I think Melrose is so important, because I think it's Presa Grande. And then we had Mynx, who came out of also Melrose, Benediction, and all these wonderful
Hyper
entertainers that
Mache,
yes. So I think there's
great women.
great women who are beautiful, who are talented, but also very different in their own ways. So you're competing this year, and I think I first want to thank you for choosing the America system, and also for opening up the door. I think that when we have people like yourself coming into the system, it allows for others, just like somebody maybe motivated you, or maybe kind of just like a spark that light in you. I am sure, and I can assure you that you are doing it for somebody else, and that's probably thinking of doing it. So I cannot thank you enough for that. So now that you're preparing for Miss Arizona, you won. I believe was this your first pageant, right? That you won.
It was my first pageant. It was the most stressful thing I've ever done, but it's also been the most rewarding thing I've done with drag so far. So much planning, so much rehearsal, so much money, but I stayed organized and I took bite-sized pieces, and I had a lot of help from Foster and Morgan, the promoters for Melrose, and they had my back 100%. I have a little group of friends, and I call them my zookeepers, and they kept me super grounded and organized and on task. I was able to bounce off ideas with Benediction and Mynx and Espressa and a bunch of other queens in the America system, and they made it very digestible. And so I felt like I had a really good roadmap of what I wanted to do, and each step was planned out. So the last week is always just,
Yeah.
messy, but I wouldn't change it for anything. I had so much fun. It was so rewarding. I felt so good. I mean, obviously I felt good, but I felt good for all of my other competitors too, because I was just so proud. It was the competitors that competed with me. I see their drag all the time, and I love each and every one of them for different reasons. And it was really cool to see what each person brought to the competition, and their creativeness. And I'm so proud. I'm so happy.
Thank you. I love that, and I think I'm happy you had a beautiful experience. Not because you won, but I think
That
not
helped.
only because you won, right? Right, that helps. but I think your motivation and your drive. I saw your interview, and you spark the room with energy everybody everywhere you go, and I think that shows. So I hope that you bring that to Arizona the best way possible. So I want to know, as you are prepping for Miss Arizona, what has been the most fun thing you've done so far, but what also has been the most stressful?
So the most fun thing that I've done so far prepping for Arizona is my Scotty Kirby photo shoot in my gown and my jewels. That was the most fun. Scotty Kirby is always a great time. He always makes the photo shoot fun and easy. The most stressful is getting my talent together and getting the set built and costumes and choreography and adding people, and had to subtract a person and add a new person. So it's just kind of managing the entire production and the process and staying on task and staying organized. That's super stressful.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I think talent is one of those things you keep redefining and shaping,
Yeah.
almost until as a pageant is coming along. The best thing you can do is to have your idea and always have a plan A, have a plan B, because you just never know. I remember when I was planning my talent, I had a plan and I said, if this person doesn't show up or if the dancer doesn't show up, we have like a backup for this and a backup for that. And if this reps, then we're using that. And if this happens, then we have a plan B. So think about all those details because they're important. And so you're preparing, and I think this was your first official photo shoot with Scotty as Miss Gay Melrose America.
First as Gay Melrose, second photo shoot with Scotty. But it was a blast. Fun. I love Scotty so much.
Too. Me too. So tell us a little bit about. So you're preparing. Think about June 25th. It's 10 p.m. It's crowning time. They call your name. You're the new Miss Gay Arizona America 2022. What do you want people to know? How do you want to be remembered when people think of Fiona, Miss Gay Arizona? How do you want people to speak of you, or what do you want people to remember from you?
Oh my gosh. I want people to know that I don't want to be cliche, but Benediction, her platform was everyone's welcome at the table. And I really want people to know that it's a community and we need to support each other and raise each other up. I have a couple things that I'm working on with Mynx in terms of charity work and fundraising and different organizations that we want to partner with. And it's going to be coming out a little bit later this year, but we're working on it. But I want people to know that there's a spot for you. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you want to show up once a month and perform, in a show, you can do that. If you want to perform in a pageant and compete in a pageant, you can do it and you can win. There's a spot for everybody. And that's kind of what I love about Phoenix drag, Arizona drag in general, is you can show up on Tuesday and see alternative drag and see, I don't know, I call it spooky drag, but I don't want to put people in a pigeonhole. But you see alternative drag, and then you go Friday and you see top 40 drag, and then you go, Saturday and you see musical theater drag and spoken word drag and just all kinds of drag. And I just think that the Arizona drag community is so diverse and so awesome, and we work so well together. It's not cliquey like in other cities. All the bars hire the girls from all other bars, and we all work well together. We all get along together. Well, at least I get along with everybody. I don't know about
I'm the
Sicarya,
same way.
but
No, I'm the same way. I absolutely agree with you. I think that Arizona drag is very diverse, not only in the styles of drag, but I think there's a room for everybody to fit in when with the type of drag you prefer, or the type of drag you like. But also, I'll say that especially this year, we've seen more of this. After the pandemic, more of a different type of drag coming together, more one type of drag, alternative drag, performing with other girls, and I think it just creates this beautiful soup of flavors and things coming together. So so just I agree with you. As also somebody who started in Arizona 3-4 years ago, that has been my experience, and I always speak very highly of Arizona drag because it's very diverse, and as everything, you need to take it one step at a time, and make sure that you get along with people. But that's everywhere, at work,
Mhm.
with your family. If you get along, treat people nice, and you understand your limits and your lanes, I think you'll be fine. um Now I want to ask you a couple more questions. You're preparing for Arizona. You tell us a little bit about what are you stressed about, what has been the most fun. What message do you have for the next Miss Gay Melrose America, as you are the reigning queen?
Like the Melrose America um, franchise is really special. Um, we're I don't know how to put it. It's like it's forming in my head. Um, you know, I don't really have anything yet. But what I do have is that we're here to push the envelope. Um, we're
And
not
that's
the
important.
typical we're not the typical completely stoned beaded gown and giant updos, and we're the girl that comes out with a alternatively painted face and a gown imported from Czechoslovakia that was gorgeous. It's not your typical pageant drag. You can be
Right.
yourself, and it's for the people who maybe not who normally wouldn't fit into that box. It's a platform for them to show their talent, show their skills, and move along the America system.
I love that, and I think that's important. And Arizona is really, especially our promoter Daniel. Whoever gets to work with Daniel this year, as Miss Arizona, will confirm that Daniel is the most flexible, but the most understanding of that. And I hope that we can continue to build that together. So I wanna leave you with anything you want to share before we bring our next guest of the night.
I'm just really excited. I'm super honored. Um, we all worked really hard for this. I just squeaked by, and it's really anyone's game. I'm so excited to compete for Arizona. I can't wait to see what the other contestants bring. I obviously hope Mynx and I are going to win and take Arizona and go to America. But I am just honored. I'm just honored nominated. But for real, it's an honor to show
Mhm.
up and your thing and try your hardest and go from there.
Yep. More than 20 participants went this year to all the preliminaries to
Hmm.
try to get a spot, and you get to be there. And I think that it's really what you make the most out of it.
I agree.
Thank you so much, Fiona. We appreciate you. We wish you the best on this journey. I hope that you're preparing the best way possible. I hope that this is a beautiful experience for you. And if you are the next Miss Gay Arizona America, I want to wish you the best, because you are unique in your own way. And I know that that is going to be something important, and that's going to be representative of our community. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sicarya. Have a good night.
You too. All right, folks, we are going to like a quick minute of break, and then we're going to bring our next guest, which is going to be Mynx, the first alternate to Miss Gay Melrose America.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amigos? Mi nombre es Eli Valdés y los esperamos y todos los jueves aquí en Thunderbird Lounge a jugar la lotería con Ripple Phoenix.
Hi, you guys. My name is Fernando Vargas West, and we're here with Ripple Phoenix at Thunderbird Lounge, where we are every single Thursday to play Loteria.
my name is AJ. I'm with Ripple Phoenix. We're a local nonprofit here in town. We provide HIV prevention, education. Here on our mobile outreach bus and chariot, we do testing services, linkage to care, and help get people access to PrEP.
What's up, everybody? Chicanos por la Causa here with Ripple Phoenix at Thunderbird Lounge, providing free HIV tests, 1-minute results. Come check us out.
Y por si fuera poco, tenemos a nuestros amigos de Cultivo Mercado con muchos negocios locales donde puedes comprar comida, regalitos y mucho más.
Also, every Thursday here at Thunderbird Lounge, we have Cultivo Mercado bringing you the very best artists from the Valley, bringing their creations and their treasures for you to enjoy.
Así que los esperamos este y todos los jueves en Thunderbird Lounge para que jueguen Lotería con Ripple porque tenemos muchos premios y mucha información sobre VIH.
So don't forget that every single Thursday here at Thunderbird Lounge, Ripple Phoenix is bringing you Lotería with a lot of prizes, a lot of fun, a lot of mercado, and a lot of information about HIV.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, beautiful?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's so nice to see you.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for organizing this. It's so fun to watch and learn more.
Of course. No, thank you. Thank you for joining us. I was sharing at the beginning that Edward actually a couple years ago when I ran for Arizona was hosting this, and I always thought as a New York girl at the time, I didn't know any of the other contestants, and he invited me to the studio, and I think that's where I met Franzia, and I think Anita Tugobogs, and I thought it was super cool the fact that you kind of people want to get to know the contestants, and you kind of want to get to know where everybody is, because at the end of the day, it's a competition, and you want to get to know that your fellow contestants. But I'm just happy you're here. How are you? How's Arizona coming?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm not feeling the stress, so I'm trying to enjoy that before that kicks in, Right now, it's a lot of kind of piggybacking with Fiona, like finalizing little details and like taking my own brain and seeing like what I want. I'm so indecisive. And so like the fact that I have so much more space and a bigger stage makes me really excited. Because I'm a theater kid at heart. So like I'm trying to like bring the most and like have the most like what's like immerse experience for everyone. So I'm excited for that.
Well, I'm excited for you. I've been excited for you since I competed with you. But why don't you tell us about yourself a little bit? Just who you are, who is Mynx, what brings you in here to Miss Arizona?
Yeah. Well, my name is Mynx DeMilo. I like to think that I'm a chameleon, but who knows? Maybe not everyone agrees with that, but I like to think that I can adapt and work with everyone for the most part, and I like to challenge myself. The reason why I competed the first time was at the time, like my peers that I had started drag with, like Benediction, Ruby Moore, Doja, they were all doing Phoenix Pride prelims. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like they're challenging themselves. And it was at a point where I kind of felt stagnant. And so that was kind of my way of seeing what I could do in like a higher caliber. So I'm really excited I did it. It's been really rewarding and like so many other ways that I even thought would even be possible at this state in my drag career. I'm about 6 years in now. And I'm excited to be part of, Arizona America and be part of the future generations to, keep pushing the boundaries and moving it forward. Um, and yeah, outside of drag, I don't really do much, if I'm being honest. I run a Twitch channel, so I'll play video games sometimes. Um, when I'm not like on stage or out, that's kind of my time to just kind of like vibe, recharge my like social battery, and kind of just enjoy being alone. It's taken me a long time to get there, but enjoying my alone time and being like single and everything, it like is my peace that balances me.
I love that. That is so beautiful. So I love that you mentioned that because I know that you're really busy in Arizona. You're constantly performing everywhere. And on your free time, I think recharging who you are outside of drag it's the most important thing you can do, because if I think somebody said it in one of the previous conversations, is that we need to make sure that you are as the outside of drag persona is fully recharged, so that you're able to be your best on drag. And I think that's super crucial. So I want to take the time to tell you how much I appreciate you being here and competing. When I went to, and for people watching, I think this is a beautiful story that I think is super cool. Your parents sat with my partner's parents, which are almost like my parents, and they obviously they're two Latino families sitting together, and I thought that it was super cool because both of the families were cheering on each other. My family was cheering on you, and your family was cheering on me. And I think when I spoke Spanish, I think it was like on the mic, there was some sort of like connection with them, and it was really fun, and I thought really beautiful to see that happen at the pageant. But when you competed for Melrose, I saw your dad. And then he said, oh, I remember you from Miss Arizona. And then like, say hi to your parents. And I thought that was super cool, because I think that oftentimes, especially in these spaces as Latinos, we don't always see ourselves represented. So I thought it was really cool that your family was there, and that, we created type of like this bond together. And it's always so beautiful to see your family supporting you. How do you feel about that?
I'm super grateful. It took a long time to get there. Naturally, I think a lot of it is just out of lack of education and maybe fear for the safety of your child. I really don't know. But they're super supportive now. Like every part of my family, pretty much, like my grandma's come to a show before. I've had aunts and cousins, and they're all excited about it. So it feels really nice, and it feels rewarding and exciting, and that I can enjoy it more because it's not something that I have to like hide or like be embarrassed about, which is nice. And I know that's something that a lot of people have the privilege to experience. So I really, really I'm grateful for it.
That's beautiful. So if I don't know you and I never seen you perform, I see you on a flyer. You're going to be performing at The Rock or at Cobalt. As an audience member, what should I expect from Mynx?
I just like to have fun. I try not to take it too serious, for that I'm not having fun. Whenever someone asks me who's new to drag, they always ask like a piece of advice, and I just say, try to have fun in whatever you do, because if you're not having fun, then that's going to translate and no one else is going to enjoy it. So I just like to party and have a good time, and like do cool little throwbacks, and like try to like pinpoint something that I'll like wake up something in the audience member and get them excited.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just like to be fun and not take myself too serious.
I like that. Yeah, not taking yourself too serious. How are you? So I know that, and your story is beautiful. I literally admire you so much because you went to Arizona last year when we competed together. You only had about 2 weeks to prepare, if you know, and that's super stressful. If anybody knows that, it's like preparing for a pageant in 2 weeks. Preparing for a show sometimes already stressful already, let alone preparing for a pageant and feeling that pressure of like, well, I'm gonna take this risk of going without really knowing how is it gonna go. But you placed on the top 5. You won a category within the pageant. The judges, you know, spoke very highly of you. So how do you feel this year coming back as a first alternate and giving it another chance?
It's definitely stressful. I definitely felt a lot of pressure, and people sort of expected things from me just because I did so well the last time. And so that's always fun and exciting to, you know, keep that fire under you lit, you know. But it was exciting to come back and see the improvement in every category, like point wise, yes, but just like the level of stress and like confidence I had like going into this was so much more different than the first time. And so I think like the last time I did Melrose, I actually like enjoyed it and like I had fun, and everyone backstage was so great to like compete with, and there was no like drama or animosity. Like it just felt like a show, you know. It just felt like we were doing a really sold out, intense show. But it was fun, and it was cool to like see how different everyone was this time around.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. So you went to America, you're going back this year. My advice to you is planning your best. I know it feels pressure because I went as a first alternate this year. And I was obviously, you know, I felt the pressure of like, well, at least I want to do better. I mean, than fifth place and first alternate. At least, you know, at least let me be first alternate again if I don't win. So I know the pressure, and I think the best, you know, you can do is to plan your best and feel that satisfaction. Because in my head, when I went to Arizona, I was like, if I don't win, I was like, I'm happy that I put my best in it, and I know I had put my best on it. So you want to feel that satisfaction. So I know it feels like that sometimes, but sometimes that can help you to do your best and to try for more, rather than just like, well, I'm just going to see what's going to happen. You know, now you feel like you can challenge yourself to do better and to be best and to be the best. So that's beautiful. And now I have another question for you in regards of you're going to America this year. Think about the evening of Miss Gay Arizona America, June 25th. They call the winner, and it's you. What does that mean for you if you were to win Miss Arizona in 2 months? You win Miss Arizona. What is the meaning of that, and how do you want people to talk about you?
One of the things that I've sort of found out and realized, kind of the way that, you know, Benediction inspired me, and then Benediction went to inspire other people after winning Melrose, and then after I did it the last time, inspiring a new generation to do it. And I just want people to like see that it's something, like Fiona said, it's something that if you want it, you can go for it and do it. It's not something that's unachievable or like exclusive to XYZ. I want people to see that literally anyone that wants to do it and like has a passion for it and like genuinely cares about the experience can do it. Yeah, and I know, and I just like kind of like sort of being like the underdog or like looked at sometimes as like not being the best, or, you know, oh, she won't get it, she's blah 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 XYZ. And then having done that after like overcoming so much, I think is like the most gratifying thing, to just show that yes, like your drag is valid. It's nice to hear that from your peers and people you look up to, is that yes, like she said, you have a place at the table.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that you represent, just like Fiona was saying the same thing, and I think she's also part of this group of queens that represents your presence in the pageant has a meaning and it's meaningful. And you have a platform, you have a following, and I think there's people that will be looking at you. Maybe you don't know that this yet, but people will be. You will inspire others the way Benediction, the way other girls inspire you as well. So everything we do, specifically on drag, we're all here because one day we saw somebody that is inspire us, and now we're here. So there's a ripple effect to that. So what message do you have for the girls that are maybe thinking that maybe to run next year, maybe to do a pageant? What is your message now that you're going back? This is your third pageant. This will be your fourth pageant, right?
If you can, try to go to a pageant, see how it goes, see if it's something you like want to do. And there was people, even I think Fiona was even playing around with it, and she was like, I think I might do it, I don't know, blah blah blah, like I'm thinking about it. And I kind of just told her to do it. Like if it's something you want to do, and if you want to like try it, then go for it. Because it really does challenge you to like pull the best out of you. And it also can show you things you might not have known that you had inside of you, which is really cool to experience. So I just say do it, have fun with it, trust your instincts, and don't do what you think other people want to see from you. Try to like find the balance, and yes, you want to meet that expectation, but bring the best to you, bring the best out of yourself.
Yeah. No, and I'll say that when for also for New York girls and for people that want to join the pageant, is that for me, obviously do a pageant because you want to win, right? You want to do your best. But I think that we always get to learn something new. And I think gaining that experience, from I think for me, pageants have helped me to be disciplined and to be more on top of things rather than a regular performance. On a regular day, I can get away with something. On the day of the pageant, because I want to win, I want to make sure that I kind of get myself more disciplined into that. What is one thing that pageants have taught you?
Definitely pay attention to the details. There's things that like on my scoring, I've like found out that I didn't even realize, or when I'm getting ready and like whoever's dressing backstage, they'll find something that I didn't even like think about. So now I feel like I try to like notice little things and like fix them if I can. But it makes me definitely hyper aware of like those little details, which, I appreciate.
Yeah. Well, I am very happy that you're competing. I want to tell you that you belong here. Your drag is beautiful. You're beautiful. You're talented. I'm happy that we have, another more representation of our community, and who you represent and what you bring to the table. And you are very unique. You have a beautiful story. And I hope that you bring that to Arizona, and you have an amazing team behind you. I'm your fan. I'm a fan of the Melrose family, and you have amazing promoters. So I want to thank you, and I want to wish you sincerely the best for Arizona. I know that we are here for whatever you need.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so glad to be there.
I love you, and take care, okay? And make sure that if anybody's watching, make sure you support her. Venmo and Cash App, it's here. Thank you, Mynx.
Thank you so much.
All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Today, you met the other two contestants running for the title of Miss Gay Arizona America, Mynx DeMilo, who's the first alternate, and also Fiona the Hippo, who's the winner of Miss Gay Melrose America 2022. Both of them are going to Miss Gay Arizona America. And also next week, we're going to have the Tucson representation. So I'm very excited. The flyer is going to be going up tomorrow. Make sure you join us for the fourth episode of Beyond the Crown, where we are speaking and getting to know the contestants so that you can know who's going to be the next person that will be representing the state of Arizona, not only at Miss Gay America, but is going to be wearing the crown on June 25th. Thank you so much. Make sure you buy your tickets for Miss Gay Arizona America for June 25th. They are on sale on our website. And I want to give a big shout out and thank to my promoter, Daniel, who has been amazing and who has been a supporter and somebody who has been behind me this whole time. And also, we want to thank Drag Confidential, Edward Michael, for your constant support to the drag community and for always being there whenever you're needed. Your skills, your talent, your intelligence makes our community so much together and easy to do these type of things that are so necessary. So shout out to Edward Michael, and thank you so much. See you next Wednesday here on Drag Confidential. Bye.